Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm reading Totally Awesome Hulk, issue number 1.mu. That's right, it's another Monsters Unleashed tie-in, and just, it's driving me bonkers, all these constant tie-ins going on. Now, the only one that I actually liked was the Champions, which had Totally Awesome Hulk in it. The Champions tie-in was actually really good. This particular issue, I'm going to add it to that list. This was actually also very good. Now, there are two stories in here, and the first story was so good that I balked at the second story and said, I don't need another story involved in this. It's only going to bring the first story down. The first story was really good. All right, it started off kind of slow and whatever, but I don't want to give anything away for this story really, because this is one of those stories I really would like you to go out and buy and check it out, because it's just exploring it for yourself and coming to the realization of what actually happened here is really good. And on top of that, if you don't know who the Totally Awesome Hulk is, this story will explain that to you. Now, unfortunately, the art in this absolutely sucks. It's bringing it down in a major way, and that's so disappointing for such a good story. And I really tried to look at the art as a way to express what it is that I'm looking at, and is the art being made in a way that tells the story better, because this is actually done in South Korea. It's not just the Totally Awesome Hulk. There's also White Fox, who we haven't seen since Contest of Champions. Either way, guys, this is actually a really good story. It's such a good story that I can literally just bypass the art, and just the story itself is really good. You get to see how Amadeus Cho thinks. You get to see how he can think his way out of all sorts of different situations, essentially impossible odds, the enemy that he's dealing with, and the prelude to what's about to happen. It's very good. Now, the second story, like I said, wasn't really necessary, in my opinion, to further elevate the first story. However, it was still good in and of itself. It actually deals with Maddie Cho, Amadeus' sister, and she's in the meat wagon, and that's the secret base, I guess you say the mobile base that they use. And it was very cool. It was very cool getting to see that Amadeus Cho is a genius, but she also is a genius. And her genius is such that she's able to understand a technology that is light years behind another technology. She's communicating with someone in a different part of the galaxy, and it's Lady Hellbender, and I'm not so familiar with this particular character, but nonetheless, it's very interesting getting to see her. And the story that's involved here, it's very good, and I'm just going to explain this one. She's basically this girl who goes around beating up bad guys, and she kills monsters, and she's incredible at it. And she's tearing through all these enemies back and forth, and it turns out they're essentially Chitauri. And just simply to get to this circus arena that the Chitauri hold, where they have animals and monsters fight each other. And she went there just simply to rescue these animals. And she kind of needed Amadeus Cho's sister, Maddie, to help out. And it was very cool. It was a very nice story. I was surprised at how good this second backup story was. I enjoyed it a lot though. So guys, I'm going to give this comic a B+. If the art wasn't so absolutely terrible on this, I would have bounced the grade up a lot more. Seriously, a lot more. I would have given this comic an A. That's how good the writing was, and unfortunately how bad the art is. But either way, this seriously is a comic that you should read. I genuinely liked the story. The first story was amazing. The second story was very good in and of itself, but the first story was so good, I don't even want to give it away. It was seriously something you got to check out. Guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.